Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Emma Samms returns to GA. See when Holly Sutton comes back. General Hospital. GHO spoilers reveal that another big comeback is in the works at the ABC soap. According to Variety, Emma Samms is set to reprise her role as Holly Sutton, so fans can look forward to her exciting return. Sam's last stint concluded in 2023, so it's been a while since viewers have seen Holly on screen. It turns out Holly's upcoming return will kick off in early September, and there's a good reason why. Huge spoilers say Holly's comeback will be connected to another familiar face. Jonathan Jackson's return as Lucky Spencer has already been announced, but now we know Holly Sutton will tie in with it somehow. That's great news since it sounds like Lucky's reappearance will involve a major umbrella story that'll stretch across the canvas and highlight multiple characters. Holly will obviously be included on the list, so we'll bring you updates as more info emerges on what's in store. The last time Holly was in Port Charles, her attempt to reunite romantically with Robert Scorpio, Tristan Rogers, didn't pan out. Robert and Holly fans were disappointed as the latter ultimately left town again. Could Holly and Robert get another chance at love? Will all the Lucky action keep Holly too busy to worry about a romance instead? It's tough to say for sure since the show's not offering up too many details about Holly's return just yet. However, we'll be sure to pass along more predictions as Emma Samms' comeback gets closer. In the meantime, viewers will be seeing Brian Craig, Morgan Corinthos, back on screen for one episode this August. Rick Hearst will also be reprising his role as Rick Lansing starting the week of August 19 to 23, so we can all look forward to his return as well. Are there any other currently off-screen characters that you'd like to see back in Port Charles? Who would be on your dream list of GH returns? General Hospital spoilers say more comebacks could be brewing behind the scenes, so stay tuned to the ABC soap. CDL's where you want to be for the hottest General Hospital spoilers, predictions, updates, and news, so make us your #1 source. The quiet hum of the hospital was abruptly interrupted by a ripple of whispers and glances as the news spread like wildfire. Emma Samms, the beloved actress who played Holly Sutton, was making her return to General Hospital. Fans and characters alike braced for the dramatic turns her comeback promised. In the middle of the bustling hospital, Anna Devine paced her office. Her mind raced with thoughts of what Holly's return could mean. They had shared a complicated history filled with love, betrayal, and loss. Holly's reappearance was bound to stir up long-buried emotions and unresolved conflicts. Elsewhere, Robert Scorpio sat in his usual spot at the floating rib, nursing a glass of whiskey. He had heard the news, and while his heart quickened at the thought of seeing Holly again, he couldn't help but wonder what had brought her back. Was it something personal? Or was it another one of the WSB's convoluted plots that always seemed to pull them back together? The doors of General Hospital swung open, and there she was. Holly Sutton, looking as radiant and enigmatic as ever, stepped inside. Her eyes scanned the room, taking in the familiar faces and surroundings. It felt like both a homecoming and a new beginning. Dr. Hamilton Finn, fresh from a surgical procedure, almost collided with Holly in the corridor. He did a double take, momentarily stunned by her presence. "Holly, I didn't expect to see you here," Finn said, a smile breaking across his face. "Finn, it's been a while," Holly replied, her voice warm and inviting. "I'm here for a bit of unfinished business." Finn nodded, understanding that in Port Charles, unfinished business could mean anything from mending a broken heart to thwarting a diabolical plot. Meanwhile, Anna received a message summoning her to the hospital lobby. Her heart skipped a beat as she read Holly's name. With a deep breath, she made her way down, trying to steel herself for the encounter. When their eyes met, time seemed to stand still. Memories of their past adventures, both good and bad, flashed through Anna's mind. Holly gave her a tentative smile, unsure of how Anna would react. "Anna," Holly began, "it's good to see you." Anna's guarded expression softened. "Holly, it's been too long." The two women embraced, a mixture of relief and apprehension hanging in the air. They had both changed since their last meeting, and there was much to catch up on. As they talked, it became clear that Holly's return was not merely a social visit. She had information about a new threat, one that could jeopardize the safety of everyone in Port Charles. Anna's instincts went into overdrive, and the two quickly fell back into their old rhythm of strategizing and planning. In another corner of the hospital, Robert's phone buzzed. He glanced at the screen and saw a message from Anna. "Holly's here. We need to talk." He downed the last of his whiskey, left a generous tip, and headed out, his mind racing with questions. Back at General Hospital, Finn found himself crossing paths with Holly once more. This time, their conversation took a more personal turn. "So, what's really brought you back, Holly?" Finn asked, his eyes searching hers for answers. Holly sighed, her expression turning serious. "There's something you should know, Finn. It's about Ethan." Finn's brow furrowed. "Ethan? Is he in trouble?" "Not exactly," Holly replied. "But he's uncovered something big, something that could put all of us in danger. I came back to warn you and to help." Finn nodded, sensing the gravity of the situation. "We'll need to gather everyone. This sounds like it's going to be another wild ride." As the day turned to evening, Robert arrived at the hospital, his heart pounding with anticipation. He found Holly and Anna deep in conversation, their faces etched with concern. When Holly saw him, her eyes lit up, and she crossed the room to embrace him. "Robert," she whispered, her voice filled with emotion. "It's good to see you." "Likewise, Holly," Robert replied, holding her tightly. "Now what's this about Ethan?" Holly explained the situation, detailing the information Ethan had uncovered and the potential threats they faced. Robert listened intently, his mind already working on a plan. "We'll need to move quickly," Robert said. "If what you're saying is true, we don't have much time." Together the trio began to formulate a strategy, calling on old allies and new friends to aid in their mission. The hospital, usually a place of healing and recovery, became a hub of activity as they prepared for the impending danger. As night fell, the lights of Port Charles twinkled in the distance, unaware of the storm that was brewing. Holly's return had set off a chain reaction, bringing together old friends and rekindling old flames. But it also brought with it a sense of urgency, a reminder that in their world, peace was always fleeting. Holly stood by the window, looking out at the city.